Glasgow has been transformed in the past 18 months in the office market. It's changed from a very quiet market with very little corporate transactions to one with high activity and the re-emergence of corporates in the marketplace, all looking to expand, improve the quality of their office stock to retain and attract staff. The market has had a good first 2 quarters of activity. There's been a tightening of incentives. Rental rates have increased to £29 per square foot. But relative to that context, whilst there's been some very good high-level activity, there's been a much slower indigenous market for requirements below 10,000 square feet, which is worrying. And a lot, I think, relates to the political uncertainty in Scotland and local marketplace and people in the marketplace not wanting to make decisions until they know the outcome of the political environment. I think there's been a very strong service sector demand. There's also been good activity with financial services. Again, they appear to be active, a lot of contract-led requirements. The strong deals that have happened recently in Glasgow, the ones which are very exciting, is the Scottish Power pre-let and commitment to over 200,000 square feet at St Vincent Street towards Charing Cross, which will transform that area. We've also got expansion of the TMT sector. Skyscanner have taken space at 151 St Vincent Street, which is great for the city because they've always been located in Edinburgh. They've expanded rapidly in Edinburgh, but due to the lack of suitable workforce, they've expanded in Glasgow, and I think they've been pleasantly surprised by the quality of workforce. We also have other really exciting acquisitions in Glasgow, including Network Rail, taking nearly 100,000 square feet in 2 buildings for the Glasgow-Edinburgh Rail Network link, which, by the way, is important for both cities in terms of improving connectivity. And we've got other small corporate occupiers also looking to expand. The recent Commonwealth Games in Glasgow has been very positive for the city as a whole. In the property sector, it's also had a great benefit because it's raised the profile of the city. There's been a huge number of visitors, as you'd expect, tourists, but also businesses have become more aware of Glasgow as a city, the importance of it in the context of the Scottish and the UK marketplace. We've had vast improvements to the public sector kind of network in terms of rail links and bus links, but also in terms of PR and profile. I think the recent research by JLL on the Glasgow and Edinburgh markets in the context of European cities, and particularly second-tier European cities, is very relevant. I find it very refreshing. We all seem to compare ourselves to regional markets. London is largely irrelevant, and I think that's right. But we always look at markets such as Manchester and Birmingham and how we compare. That's helpful, but I think we should be a bit more wider reaching in terms of how we look at things. And a number of cities in Europe have got very similar traits and can probably give us some guidelines about how we should be looking at the market. If you look at Greater Glasgow, in terms of European context, it's the 38th largest conurbation in Europe. It's comparable to Düsseldorf, Dublin, and Gothenburg. So it's a large market. We are not as competitive as we think we are. We've got high rents, but we do have large incentives in comparison. And whilst that's tightening, I think we have to look at that very carefully.